Sir, welcome to your own city, the city of Kabir and Kashi and Mahesh Bhatt, Varanasi. And we are fortunate to have you the third time here in this spirituality conference to break the icons. And I suppose you did break them to this time also. And you mentioned something about angry love or something. I would like to elaborate on that.
Love is not uh, tolerant to anything which is self-mutilating. अगर लव आपके एहसास कमतरी से आपको अलग ना करे तो वो लव नहीं है. When you see people around you suffering from a feeling of being kind of shackled in the chains of authority, then love provokes you to break those chains. And the most important point that I felt that was needed to be made at your conference was that the educators must come to terms with one bitter truth that they themselves need to be educated. Because the narratives on which mankind has boasted for such a long time have crumbled, and globally the human race in this so-called age of connectivity has become completely divided and isolated. We use the best of technology to disconnect and hurt each other rather than love and connect with each other. The loneliness level has risen to unimaginable heights. I was told that in the United Kingdom they have a minister of loneliness now. So isn't it a tragedy that in this so-called age when you can click a button and access anybody, where even in the city of Mumbai, where the workers who worked in your homes and outside your house couldn't think of connecting with their near and dear ones, today can have a video call and they can talk. The fact is that you're getting more and more divided. And I feel that the educators must take their share of responsibility and own up that they themselves need to be educated. We need to ask what is that new story that will come out from where to keep us together. Because this mother of civilizations has to have the courage to look at the truth in the eye, like Lord Krishna made Arjun see the bitter truth when he was running away from the battle of Kurukshetra. So only by locking eyes with the truth will there be a new beginning. And as of now, I feel that the dangers are that the educators themselves have become co-opted by the power system. Unless the teacher is outside the struggle of power, unless he becomes a threat to those who keep man enslaved under the narratives which suit them, the teacher would only be an extension of the power structure.
Teacher is actually now reduced to just another job. It's like a salaried job, and they're performing their duty as an employee, not as a teacher in the real sense. So what is the solution ahead? Because generally, I don't find anything which is solving this problem.
The teacher has become a foot soldier of tyranny, like the mental health expert. When somebody has a mental breakdown, the mental health expert fixes you and puts you back into that system, which itself is sick, and says that you are sick, so you have to go and fit into the sick system. And if you rebel, you are ostracized. So I personally feel that we are at a brink, and it was very important that I, in Gashi, with all my passion available to me, use the references of two of the greatest people that I think have existed in the 20th century and the 21st century. One was J. Krishnamurti, whose words I use as tools to drive home the point, and then U.J. Krishnamurti, who said that the real teacher, if there is one, frees you from himself. And that's the real guru, not somebody who keeps you enslaved to a system. So a real educator would be jubilant if he sees his student outdistance and outshine him, not somebody who keeps him, at his feet for the rest of his life and say, keep on revering me, and so that I can maintain this feudal structure.
Becomes competitor of his own student.
Yes, he doesn't. He is the model that the student has to destroy to come into his own. That's why I was saying that nature is the only thing that creates unique species all the time, and culture is using one common mold and is interested in assembly line creation.
You have to fit in into that system.
You have to fit in, and if you don't fit in, it says, oh, you're a misfit. In fact, that individual who doesn't fit in now becomes the light for tomorrow. He is the torchbearer of tomorrow. At the moment, he may be a threat, and everybody will gang up, but tomorrow you will see that whatever happened for the better happened through him.
So it has happened through ages also, the same.
Happened through ages, and it is amazing that we have turned our back again and again to such people. And as I said, Kashi, if it is a city which reveres Mahadev, who is the symbol of deconstruction, the continuous and never-ending dance of birth and death, which is, it doesn't allow anything to consolidate. It doesn't allow life to have the last word as a full stop, It's a go on and on and on and on. And so I think that's what teachers need to understand, that their syllabus is something which you can say, if it is updated now, which I don't think it already is archaic and outdated, is what we have understood so far. And the humility to say, come and add to it, and keep on evolving, keep on changing. And that's what requires energy, requires the courage to face that you don't know. You need to have the humility to say you don't know. And seldom do teachers have the humility to say that they don't know.
See, earlier in our civilization, we used to call guru and the teacher, the word teacher. So do you think the teacher word in itself limits the capability of a guru, or what a person should expect or behave or perform as a guru and teacher? Do you see any difference between these two terms, or they can be used interchangeably as they are being used?
KK, I remember on Teachers' Day, I made a call to my friend UG Krishnamurthy, who was in New York. And I said, Happy Teachers' Day, UG. And he said, kill all teachers. I said, what kind of a message is this? He said, yes, a teacher is an impediment in the path of the student. What he meant was annihilate what he represents, demolish his iconic status. That is why you had this pratha of Visarjan. You would take your gods and put them into the ocean or into the river and start all over again. I think this is the process of life that needs to be rekindled through your platform this year.
This Visarjan, just one more point, reminds me of the Visarjan that we did yesterday, and I would like you to speak something about it.
Well, you, out of your reverence for this individual called Mahesh Bhatt, took some pictures, and I can understand that you're right. And who am I to stop you? And I stop you from taking a picture of a sunset or a sunrise or a tree or a bird. So I happen to be a part of the environment. But I personally felt that I cannot be a party to my own myth making. I'm a fumbling, stumbling person like anybody else. I have failed more often than succeeded. I'm flawed, and I grope and I struggle to find answers to the innumerable problems that I confront. I may have certain insights which I feel may help you, but do I have answers to the basic quest of man? I should say no. So I feel, as a document of a friend preserving images of his friend, understandable. But I can't use it as a tool of narcissism and say, oh my God, I'm God's gift to mankind. I'm just another guy who also has.
Thank you, sir. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.